and happy Monday. So today we're going to go to the Google Classroom and you're going to go to week 2, right? And let's see, week 2. Okay, and then it's called the Daily Specials Cafe Check-in Links, right? So you're going to go there and open that up. And then you'll get to this one here. Okay, week 2, daily specials, course lessons, and the activities. Okay, so first thing you have to do is go and do the check into the cafe. So you'll answer the survey question, put in your info, and get marked here for coming to class, right? Okay, then, sorry, my phone is dinging. All right, then we go to lesson 1B. So 1A is just the check-in, right? And that's how we do it to get counted for being in school, quote unquote, air quote, right? Okay, 1B is a plot review. So the first thing you're going to do is open up, another slide that is going to be in that same place on the Google Classroom. And it is called Disney Plot Diagram. So first thing you do is you watch the Cinderella recap. I know we mostly all know the story, but it's just a quick little refresher on the major plot events. So watch that, and then you go here. And you have to, see, these are not in order. Cinderella goes to the ball and dances with the prince. Fairy godmother appears. So these do not go in order. You take this number and you put it where it happens. So like if Cinderella goes to the ball and dances with the prince is the end of the story, right? Then I put it here. Up here, as you know from part of the plot diagram, is the climax. So what do I think is the climax? Maybe I think it's Cinderella and the Prince marry. So then I'll put number 7, because that's what 7 says that. I would put that at the climax, right? And then maybe 5 is going up the plot diagram, however that is. So you just arrange these in the order that these events happen according to the plot diagram. And again, they're listed up here, right? So 6 would be the prince says he will marry the woman whom the shoe fits. 7 would be Cinderella and the prince marry. They go in order. They live happily ever after, or they don't go in order. So you take that number and you put it where they go. Okay, so after that, going to look at another one. It is the Tangled Wedding, and it's a short clip from Tangled, the wedding version. I don't know if you've seen that, but I think it's adorable. So then this is a different kind of plot diagram. This one shows us that plot diagrams do not always just go from the beginning and up and down and then have an end. Sometimes, right, they can be multiple climaxes. It can keep going. Sometimes it leaves us at a cliffhanger. So this one's a little bit different. And also, this one you have to type in the box what happens. And you don't have to put complete sentences, but like Rapunzel and Flynn Rider by a horse, which doesn't happen, but so you would just type in this little box. And then same thing. So you have to pick out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 events of the plot and tell us which one would be the rising action, what the climax was. We have going back down, falling action, resolution, and then going back up. And these parts will be reviewed with you in this next activity, which is on study.com. So hopefully you made accounts the other day on study.com when we went to the Google Classroom, and that was under week 1, assignment 2, all access pass, right? So if you remember, I have 11 turned in, 10 assigned. So maybe you do not have it done. But each of these is an account that you had to make, right? And you had to type in your username and password over here. So there was Turnitin.com, Quia, Newsela, and the one we're using right now, which is study.com. So you do have to take this link and go there. If you just go to study.com, it's going to ask for you to pay. It would never ask you to do that. So if you go to this link, That's the one that's already set up for our class, and then you would put in this classroom code, okay? So hopefully you've already done that and you can continue with today's lesson. So let's go back. So we did this, the Disney plot diagram, right? And then video plot diagram. So we go to study.com, you watch the lesson, and it has a 5-point quiz. This also will give you information about Cinderella, and you can kind of self-check yourself. So actually, if you wanted, you could do the Cinderella one first, then this, and then come back and do the Tangled one. That's actually how I think we'll do it in class today. Okay. So what you could also do is pause this recording at any time, right? And then you can go do the things and then come back. So you can kind of pause, go do it, and then come back, because I'm just kind of running through it all for you. Okay, then we're going to start a short and scary story, and it is called The Mark of the Beast. And before we started, I was going to go over some background stuff. So what is the mark of the beast? So in, I guess, a Bible version, Revelation 14, it makes it clear that if any man receives the mark of the beast in their forehead or in their hand, they will suffer the wrath of God. The other thing we have to know is what leprosy is. In the story, it refers to a person as a leper. I've had children in the past think they meant a leopard, the big cat. It is not. So it's the disease. If you have ever heard any Bible stories, right? Like the lepers. It was in India, and like I said, it's mentioned in the Bible. So a person with leprosy is called a leper, and it is a bacterial thing that literally eats your body parts off. So like you can see this person's fingers fell off, this woman's nose fell off. It does not look like a pleasant thing at all to have. Another thing is this Hindu god. There's a Hindu monkey god. So that's a monkey, not a naked person. And so they'll refer to that in the story. And also keep in mind that Rudyard Kipling, who also wrote the Jungle Book, was alive from 1865 to 1936. So this story, The Mark of the Beast, was actually published in 1890. So by our standards, it might be a little tame and not be a scary story, but in 1890, this was quite a terrifying tale. And we'll talk about that more tomorrow. Okay, so now if I go to the next slide, it tells me that the short story is posted on the Google Classroom and is due Tuesday night by midnight. I did put a link here to the thing. It should work, or you can go on the Google Classroom and you'll find the Mark of the Beast short story. So I go here, and except in this one, that is not the right one. Okay, I will fix that. So I made questions in the side notes for you. Oh, that's not it. Okay, so I'll find it and make sure. But there's questions in the side where the comments are. And then what you will do, let's go back, is answer those questions as we go along. But this is kind of the same thing. It just doesn't have the questions. Now it won't even open. There we go. All right, so oh, here. Okay, it does work. That's weird. Over here are the questions. So the phrase east of Suez is used in British military and political discussions. So sometimes it's just like information. Sometimes it's questions, like this one. So when I get to here, the question is the setting. Where is it? When? And what holiday are they celebrating? And then you would just type your responses in over here. So all along the side here are questions, okay, that you answer as you read. So it's not like some of the other things that we have done, if you've had me in the past, where we read and then we answer the questions. I added these right in here, and then you just click and you put your answer. So as you're reading it, you can see the question, know where it's coming from, And I'm hoping that that'll make it a little bit more fun, more interactive. Okay, so we're going to finish. I do not think we're going to get to finish this today. In fact, I'm pretty sure. So we will work on this tomorrow also. And I will be reading along and we'll be answering some questions together. So that's up to you if you want to tune in, if you're able to tune in live and do that, or complete that on your own. Okay, so one more time, you do the check-in, you watch this video of Cinderella, and you go to the Google Classroom, and you go to this Disney plot diagram, right? And you move these little numbers to wherever they belong on the plot diagram. Then you have to do, oops, too many things open. Then you have to do this study.com video where you learn about the plot. It's more of a refresher. There's 5 easy questions to go with it. That's 5 points. And then watch the Rapunzel video, which I believe is enjoyable. And then you do the same thing. You go over here and type in the different events that happen in the story, where they go on the plot diagram. And then you're going to start reading The Mark of the Beast. Okay? So I would say the first page at least of The Mark of the Beast get through today, and then we'll finish that tomorrow. All right, well, you have a good day, and if you have any questions, please email me. Bye.